You know, right now, sitting in your medicine cabinet, there could be a pill you take every single day that's slowly, quietly harming your memory.
And I'm not talking about some rare, obscure drug. I'm talking about some of the most common medications in America. Pills taken by literally millions of people. Yeah, I'm talking about things like this common over-the-counter allergy pill, or, this incredibly widely prescribed medication for anxiety. This pill for heartburn, which so many of us take for years and years without a second thought. And even this super popular prescription sleep aid. Okay, so let's get into this, because the science here is, well, it's pretty clear, and honestly, it's deeply concerning. So a massive study in a top journal, JAMA Internal Medicine, looked at almost 60,000 dementia patients, and what did they find? A significant direct link between one specific class of these everyday drugs and a higher risk for dementia. And it doesn't stop there. For another class of drugs, a meta-analysis, which is like the super study of studies, found the risk was just staggering. We're talking up to 78% higher odds of developing dementia. The numbers are just too big to ignore. Now, before I go one step further, I need you to hear this loud and clear. This is the single most important thing I'm going to say. You must never, ever stop taking any medication without talking to your doctor first. Stopping some of these drugs cold turkey can be incredibly dangerous. This whole explainer is about empowering you to start a conversation with your doctor, not to make any changes on your own. It's about being a smart, informed partner in your own health. All right, let's dive into our first category. They're called anticholinergics, and you can think of them as silent memory blockers. And here's the kicker. You might be taking one right now and not even know it. They're hiding in plain sight in things like Benadryl, Tylenol PM, and even some prescriptions for an overactive bladder like Ditropan. So here's the really wild and frankly devastating part. It's a paradox. See, these anticholinergic drugs work by blocking a brain chemical called acetylcholine. And why does that matter so much? Well, acetylcholine is absolutely essential for learning and memory. In fact, the main drugs we use to treat Alzheimer's, like Aricept, work by trying to boost that exact same chemical. Do you see the problem here? One pill is trying to block what another is trying to boost, and your brain is stuck right in the middle of that fight. And the risk is absolutely real. That huge JAMA study I mentioned, it found a major link. Then a 2025 Swedish study confirmed what we call a dose-response link. It's simple. The more of these pills you take and the longer you take them, the higher your risk of dementia becomes. But, and this is a big but, there are safer options. You can ask your doctor about non-anticholinergic alternatives like Zyrtec or Claritin for allergies or Mirabegron for bladder issues. It's such a simple question, but it could make a world of difference. And again, this is a conversation to have with your doctor, not a change you make by yourself. Okay, let's move to our second category, and you'll see how these risks can start to stack up. I'm talking about benzodiazepines. You've probably heard of them. They're often prescribed for anxiety and sleep. We're talking about incredibly common medications like Xanax, Valium, Ativan, and Klonopin. The evidence here is just alarming. Multiple big studies show a much higher risk for dementia. Remember that 78% higher odds figure? This is them. But maybe the most shocking thing of all comes from a 2024 study that found these drugs can literally shrink parts of the brain, including the hippocampus. And your hippocampus, that's your brain's memory headquarters. A smaller hippocampus means a worse memory. It's a physical change you just can't afford to ignore. On top of that, these pills get in the way of the deep, slow-wave sleep your brain needs to run its nightly cleaning crew, to clear out all the toxic gunk like amyloid-beta, which is that sticky stuff found in the brains of people with Alzheimer's. So what's the plan? First, and listen to me closely, never stop these medications suddenly. Abrupt withdrawal can be dangerous, even causing seizures. You have to ask your doctor for a safe, gradual tapering plan. Then you can talk about proven non-drug alternatives, things like CBTI for insomnia. It's the gold standard for sleep. Or even simple things like exercise and magnesium for anxiety. Our third category includes some of the most widely used drugs on the planet, proton pump inhibitors, or PPIs for acid reflux. You know them as Prilosec, Nexium, and Prevacid. Millions and millions of people are on these for years, sometimes even decades. Now, the evidence here is still coming into focus, but several huge studies have raised some serious red flags. One massive Danish study found a 36% higher rate of dementia in people aged 60 to 69 who used them. And this one right here, the AI study, found that using these drugs for more than about 4.5 years was linked to a 33% higher risk of developing dementia. The major concern here is long-term continuous use. So why is this happening? Well, one of the leading ideas is that by shutting down stomach acid, these drugs can mess with your body's ability to absorb vitamin B12. And B12 is absolutely critical for your brain health. A B12 deficiency can cause really serious neurological problems.
So the most important question to ask your doctor is just this simple. Do I still need to be on this? So many people are kept on PPIs forever when they only needed them for a short time. Please talk to your doctor, ask about lifestyle changes, or maybe even milder options like Pepcid. And finally, let's talk about sleeping pills. And this covers both the prescription Z drugs like Ambien and all those over-the-counter sleep aids that so many people rely on like Tylenol PM. This is such a critical point. Drugs like Ambien don't give you real, natural sleep. They basically just sedate your brain. Sure, it looks like you're sleeping, but it is not the same restorative process. And this right here illustrates the problem perfectly. A brand new 2025 study found that the active ingredient in Ambien actually suppresses the very brain waves that power the brain's garbage disposal system at night. So the pill you're taking to sleep might actually be stopping your brain from cleaning itself out. And here's the kicker, the double danger. For those over-the-counter pills like Tylenol PM, what do you think the PM part is? It's diphenhydramine, the exact same anticholinergic drug from our very first category. So you're getting a double whammy of risk. So once again, talk to your doctor about the gold standard, CBTI. Ask about simple, safer things like magnesium glycinate and just good old-fashioned sleep hygiene before you resort to a nightly pill. And just like with all the others, the first step is always talking to a medical professional, not making a decision on your own. Okay, I know I've just thrown a ton of really concerning information at you, so let's pivot right now to the solution. This is not about being scared, this is about being empowered. So here it is, your clear, simple action plan. This could honestly be the most important 5 minutes of your next doctor's visit. I want you to write these 4 questions down. Seriously, take a picture of the slide with your phone. These are the keys that unlock the entire conversation. Number 1. Do I still need this medication? So many prescriptions are just never looked at again. 2. Is there a safer alternative? As we've just seen, there often is. 3. Can we reduce the dose? Sometimes a lower dose is all you need. And 4, can we make a plan to stop it? Now, to make that conversation really work, you've got to come prepared. This is your checklist. You're going to do what we call a brown bag review. You gather up every single bottle you take. And I don't just mean prescriptions. I mean the over-the-counter Benadryl, the Tylenol PM, your vitamins, your supplements. Put it all in a bag and take it with you to your appointment, along with your written list of those 4 questions. Trust me, your doctor will thank you for being so organized and proactive about your own health. Look, I want to be crystal clear about something. I am not telling you to stop your medication. Some of these drugs are absolutely life-saving and medically necessary. But the reality is, I have seen far too many older adults taking drugs they just don't need anymore, at doses that are way too high for way, way too long, and their brains are paying the price. You know, a Benadryl every single night, a Xanax for 10 years, a Prilosec that was never reviewed. Each one of those on its own is a concern, but together, the cumulative burden on the brain can be absolutely devastating. So here's the final thought I want to leave you with. Your brain is working so hard every single day to stay sharp and vibrant for you. The question you have to ask yourself is this: is my medicine cabinet fighting against it? It just takes one conversation, one medication review with your doctor. That is all it takes to start protecting your brain. So please, make the call. Schedule that review this week.